Greetings and salutations. Happy Wednesday to everybody. I'm on just a few seconds early here, half a minute or so. So I'll just say hi. It's the first day of July, and in northern Minnesota, we're having a humid heat wave. So most of us are pretty grumpy today because of the fact that we don't like humid, hot weather. How about you guys, wherever you are? I hope that you're having a beautiful July 1st, maybe even a long weekend coming up for the 4th of July weekend, whatever the case may be for you. Okay, so let's get going on today's Wisdom Wednesday, which is the Write Your Own Headlines day. There we go. Super. All right. So today we're going to look at the wonderful concept of writing your own headlines. We're going to look at what you can do to kind of step away from all the trials and tribulations that are going on in the present world right now, and instead switch the focus to you and what you are creating and manifesting. I hope that what I'm going to be doing is to remind you that you are amazing and wonderful, and that you have choices and you have power and you matter. But before we get into all of that, let's start this by setting up our reminder to live in harmony with the infinite wisdom that dreamed you into being. Let's continue to remind ourselves to look at life from this higher point of view on a regular basis, to prioritize what we put our attentions towards in hopes and intentions of creating a better world for each and every one of us. And I know you can do this because it's not that hard. Hi, I'm Carrie Fox, and my main mission in life is to be a constant reminder of your infinite wisdom connection, and to share my beliefs that each and every one of us came here on this beautiful planet Earth with the intention of having a grand adventure. But we get sidetracked, or we lose our perspective, and we get all caught up in the surrounding noise and energetic interference. So in today's episode, we're going to find the means to stay emotionally and intellectually in alignment with your infinite wisdom, and not fall down the rabbit hole of fear or worry or grieving or despair. We can focus on good and not on bad or inconvenient stuff. And remember, I'm here most every Wednesday because your thriving is my passion. So let's get to it. I've learned and I've discovered a lot of different processes that people can use to remind themselves of who they are and who they came here to be. What is their purpose or purposes? And who have they been? Who are they being? And who do they want to be? I remember learning about using and repeating mantras. I remember the importance of paying attention to how you talk about your life and how you talk about yourself and how you talk about others. And the importance of having a daily morning ritual, maybe like one where you write down a certain sentence that you like that talks about how you want your future to be, and you write it down over and over and over and over until you fill a page. That's a wonderful morning ritual if that works for you. That always reminds me of grade school teachers, who make you have to go up on the board and write down 25 times, "I will not bully Billy any longer." Well, a lot of people write every morning something like, "I am overjoyed with the success my program has attained." Whatever is hopeful for them, writing it down, filling a page. I also remember learning how some people spend time thinking about their future and their life, and not only what they want to accomplish, but what they want to be remembered for at their passing. I've learned about vision boards and mind mapping and a myriad of other processes. And something that has stayed with me for years, ever since this happened in my 20s probably, is when a friend's father wrote out and specified his own funeral ceremony and the whole production of it. What verses he wanted cited, the songs or music he wanted included, who might speak at the memorial service, etc. He had spent a lifetime of purpose and working to help people, and he didn't want any of his accomplishments to be overlooked. with intent and a mindset to never give up what can be accomplished. He also understood that his wife and children and family were probably going to be grieving when he passed, so he didn't want the burden of having the arrangements being done by people who were in a stressed situation. So he had it all prepared in advance. And I remember being so in respect of that whole process. But in my life at that time, no one in my family had ever done anything like that. I had no awareness of it. Now that's 50 years ago, so it has become more popular for people to do this. But back then it was, wow, what a great idea. So in today's episode is devoted to the wonderful process of writing your own headlines and the effect that that can have on you and on your life, focusing on what you intend to manifest, all the way to your intent on how you intend to be remembered. So a wonderful side effect of this process is to recognize how much fun this can be, how it can feel like you are a magician or an alchemist or a sorcerer or a wizard, how much fun it can be to let your imagination run wild, and how eye-opening it is to imagine your wild, most outrageous dreams coming to fruition. How the process itself often leads to you finding what's really in your heart, what's really the gist of your real purpose. Oops. So, what would make your life more fun? Maybe it's designing individual stools. I love this. Remember, you came here to have a grand adventure for the fun of it. So don't miss the point. Be creative. So let's get started having fun creating your headlines. Now, before you can write the perfect headline, you have to have figured out what you're going to be writing about. So this is the setup. It's definitely find a quiet space activity. So away from distractions, someplace that you can be relaxed, where you can set the outside world aside and open up yourself to your imagination. Have paper and pen available at the time, and then ask yourself things like, what could I do that would be headline worthy? And then start writing. Or what would be outrageously fun? And write. You can also think back to your childhood. Who did you want to be when you grew up? Who did you want to be before the world interfered? What has been some underlying interest throughout your life that keeps peeking itself into your awareness? It's time to let that in. This is a complete brain dump type of activity. No editing at this time. Just allow yourself the gift of imagining. What could a newspaper put on their front page about you? Where does your success lie? Think about that. What does success mean to you? Now, this is not a workshop where I'd pause the presentation for you to work on something. This is a quick Facebook Live with the intent of encouraging you. So you can grab pen and paper and maybe write down something that pops into your head while I'm talking. But as soon as this is over, that's the time to give yourself 30 minutes to walk yourself through the steps. Or if you're watching this on replay, you can have the time, you can pause the video and do the steps as I talk about them. So the main question right now is, what does success mean to you? Use a whole piece of paper, write down as many ideas as you can come up with, and remember that you can always keep adding to this later. At some point, you're going to find that it's going to narrow itself down to 3, 4, or 5 points. You're going to find ones that just ring true for you, that when you read them or you say them, you can feel the energy of them, the excitement at the core of your being. You can feel the yes to those successes. So now that you have your list of things you'd like to be remembered for, or some headline that would be bragging about something that you've done, this is a good time to select what's called a superlative. It's an adverb or an adjective that's a positive descriptor. for your headline, to be used in your headline. And that would be something like funniest, strongest, best ever, perfect, or greatest. And maybe you are in a business where you write emails, blogs, and stories, so that writing titles versus headlines might be something that you're really interested in. If so, here is a site that helps you with that. This site can help you come up with great subject lines or titles. And that's URL is title.generator.com. Here's another URL. This is a great blog post to help you further in writing your headlines. And it is coschedule.com/blog/write-a-headline. So coschedule.com/blog/write-a-headline. You're going to love that site to give you just lots of ideas and assistance in this write your own headline process. So this image of this paper where it says Roland named sweater model of the year, this was came to me from Image Chef. And that is imagechef.com and then / blah, 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 blah. You can come back and look at this if you need to. For Image Chef. This one, or maybe something like it, would be something that you would like to do. This came from newspaper.jaguarpaw.co.uk. Now notice that Jaguar is spelt with 2 R's. Newspaper.jaguar, Jaguarr, paw, paw.co.uk. And this is my absolute favorite. You can create breaking news headlines. This website is www.breakyourownnews.com. You can have great fun with this. So the bottom line for today is this. You came here to have a grand adventure. You came here to accomplish something or some things. You came for some purpose or purposes. And I hope that I've encouraged you to keep those things in your everyday life, that they don't get shoved aside, that you stay connected to them, and that you don't let life's complications distract you. And always remember to live in harmony with the infinite wisdom that dreamed you into being. So I hope you found today's episode helpful or enlightening. And if you want to see our daily inspirations and weekly videos, our Facebook page is Harmony Enterprises with Carrie Fox. And if you know me at all, you know I'm a huge advocate of meditation. I assure you that a daily meditation practice can change your life. So if you aren't meditating and want some guidance or encouragement, I offer lots of different workshops and trainings. This image is for a 21-day meditation project. Most of them focus on things like how to get into a meditative state, no matter how active or intrusive your ego, mind, or thoughts are. How to get connected to your infinite wisdom that dreamed you into being, so that you're connected to intuition and inspiration and co-creation and so much more. We have a wait list of people who want to know when the next event is scheduled. So if you have been intending to meditate, but just haven't gotten around to it, haven't found the time, or whatever excuse that you use, you can get on my wait list by sending an email to meditationproject@harmonyenterprises.net. And then when the next meditation program is coming up, I'll send you an email so you know about it. Okay, so now next week, our Wisdom Wednesday is going to be focused on building bridges. That will be live on my Facebook page, Harmony Enterprises with Carrie Fox, at 1:00 p.m. Central Time. So please now, for today, for tomorrow, and beyond, please remember to live in harmony with the infinite wisdom that dreamed you into being. Repetition is the aid to memory, you know. So I'm Carrie Fox, and I want to thank you for joining me today. Remember to spend some of your precious time each week reminding yourself how wonderful and amazing you are, because your thriving is my passion. So bye for now. and end of broadcast. Bye.